Our project here was sponsored by Our Vital Earth, which is a company that grows composting worms. And the worms convert garbage into usable compost and a product called a worm tea that has 77 vitamins and nutrients in it that are easily taken up by plants.
Like with the worms, like every Monday everybody brings in some food to put in.
We bring in apples and lemons and limes and potatoes, corn, and like this volcanic rock that helps them digest their food and everything.
When the dirt get higher, they start crawling on the sides and they start going to the top, and the dirt keep growing from their poo and stuff, and that makes soil.
It takes a week for them to eat everything up, and we water them. The water is for give them a bath, because once they urinate, that's how we get the worm tea. And the worm tea help the plants grow.
We have plants where we don't put the worm tea, and then we have plants where we put the worm tea, and the worm tea plants are building up and having better root system.
Being that we're an agriculture class, we have a garden that utilizes the worm tea. Eventually we'll take the castings from the worms and put those in the garden.
And then we put all our seeds in there, put a worm tea on there from our worm bins, and we've been letting it water, and they've been growing since. And we go out there like once every week and pick all the weeds.
And we want it organic because it helps save the earth, like less pollution. Say we take 600 pounds of waste from the cafeteria, put it in a worm thing, and take it out to the garden, we get dirt instead of just going and sitting in the dump. That's the long-term goal.
It is easy to do, provided you're trained, of course, by Our Vital Earth. But once you learn the steps and what it takes, it would be easy for many schools to do. There's so many benefits to it, reducing landfill, getting the products from the worms that could be used in perhaps gardening, and of course, making the kids aware that you don't have to throw everything in the garbage can if it's not edible. Many of these students really find this type of class appealing because they'd rather have a shovel in their hands than really a pencil. And many of those kids who would never even pick up their room or paint the side of their house are willing to go into the garden and weed. And it's amazing how many of them have taken pride in the fact that now they're seeing the fruit of their labors. Many of them just like being involved in something that they can see results with.
I feel good. I feel like I'm achieving something.
Well, it's a science class, so we get a science credit and everything, but it makes me want to have my own garden, like have my own tomatoes, my own onions and peppers.
We learned a lot more because it was a hand-on work, not like book work. I like seeing stuff that I did grow. If it dies, then I feel bad.
We are going to feed the needy over Christmas break. Mr. Yu said that from the get-go. He said we're going to try to help out the needy.
Now the kids can see full cycle what worm farming and the results of the gardening are, how it's all tied together, especially when it all starts with the food that we no longer use, and we can recycle things that what some people's trash is other people's treasures. Well, in the case of worms, there's a rich variety of foods out there that they're gladly going to eat and consume and convert into products that we can use in the garden. All of this was really made possible by Charity Farms, who is a company that is also nonprofit that provides cars to the needy, and they sponsored Our Vital Earth by providing us these worm bins and a hydroponic tower at a cost of a few $1,000s really to put all these together, because these are all made from recycled batteries, actually the cases, and they come from Australia. Without Our Vital Earth and Charity Farms, none of this probably would have happened.